Kristy Thomas is the best narrator of the Babysitters Club series. I'm saying that because on average, I gave Kristy's books a score of 6.8 out of 10. That's more than anyone else. I'm not surprised to see Abby is at the bottom of the list because she is the worst narrator. I gave an 8 out of 10 or higher to 13 different Kristy books. Here are my choices for the top 10. Number 10, Kristy and the Mother's Day Surprise. It's Mother's Day. Marianne gets uncharacteristically mean and bossy because her mother's dead. The club plans a big event where they take all the kids in town to a carnival. It's a pretty standard book in the series because there's lots of books where they babysit over 20 kids. It's a book just like that. At home, things are kind of tense, so Mom and Watson decide to adopt a baby from Vietnam without telling any of their family members first. That's a terrible decision, but it makes this an important book for the series. There are 2 new people living in Kristy's house now. That's a big deal. Number 9, Kristy and the Secret of Susan. This is a serious book where Kristy meets a girl with severe autism. Kristy wants to help her make friends and fit in with other kids. Kristy learns a lot about disabilities, and it's generally a well-done educational book that promotes disability awareness. There are some big problems, like an overuse of the word retard, and Kristy physically grabbing Susan's hands, even though she knows Susan reacts badly to being touched. This book is important because it introduces the Hobart family. They show up all the time in the series, as well as Mel the bully, who shows up 3 or 4 times in the series. Number 8, Mind Your Own Business, Kristy. I like Kristy's older brothers. I wish they showed up in more books. This is the only book that really focuses on Charlie. He helps Kristy coach her softball team during spring break, and he's so cool. Kristy's a little jealous of how much the kids like him. Kristy gets mad when Charlie finds a new girlfriend. Charlie is too busy flirting to help with the team. Kristy tries and fails to get Charlie back together with his old girlfriend. Charlie's relationship with Angelica ends after she lies about having a driver's license and crashes the car. I like seeing Charlie in this book. I like the love drama, and I like the sweet moment where Kristy tells Charlie how much she loves and respects him. Number 7, Kristy and Mr. Mom. This is another book with a sweet family moment. Watson has a heart attack, and Kristy's first instinct is to call him her father, not her stepfather. She hated him so much in the first book, but now she can't imagine life without him. It's really sweet. I like that change of heart. Watson becomes a stay-at-home dad, and thankfully the book does not have too many jokes about how all men are idiots who can't cook or clean or watch kids. Stupid men. Nanny feels a little unneeded now that Watson's home all the time. She tries to leave, but everybody convinces her to come back. In the subplot, Mrs. Marshall is a jerk who asks for a babysitter for her 2 kids. There are 5 kids, and she refuses to pay for the extra 3. This problem happens multiple times until the babysitters talk to Mrs. Marshall about it. Number 6, Kristy and the Missing Child. Kristy's first mystery is a good one. It's very realistic, especially compared to the silly ghost cat mystery, which came right before it. The only silly thing about this book is a subplot where Marianne can't cook Jell-O, which is kind of out of place. It doesn't really work here in an otherwise serious book. One of the kids disappears on his way home from softball practice. Kristy helps organize a large search to find him. She gets very upset, and there's a sweet moment where Bart tries to cheer her up. They suspect the missing child was kidnapped, but turns out he fell in the dark and broke his leg. I wish the mystery series had gone in the direction of realistic mysteries like this one, instead of going for spooky old mansions and lost treasure. Number 5, Kristy and the Vampires. Derek Masters returns to film a TV movie. The babysitters learn a lot about movie making, and Mallory even gets to be in the movie. The cover's a cute scene where Mallory's sister dresses like a witch to get over her fear of vampires. Another funny scene is when Cookie Mason tries to date a movie star, and it backfires horribly. The book is sort of like a collection of related scenes more than a cohesive story, but it works well. There's a series of mysterious accidents on the set, and the culprit is a celebrity stalker. Number 4, Kristy and the Sister War. I'm told this book is unpopular, but I liked it. Shannon Kilborn's extra busy, and her little sisters feel neglected. They try to do nice things for Shannon, but they keep messing up. So they change their minds and do mean things to Shannon. A big prank war follows, and Kristy helps the Kilborns learn a lesson about appreciating each other. It's a simple, funny book, which I enjoyed. I also like the scene where Kristy goes on a date. It is hilariously bad. Number 3, Kristy and the Mystery Admirer. There's a lot of Shannon Kilborn in this book, and she's so good, it makes me sad she doesn't appear more often. Kristy starts getting love notes from a secret admirer. Everybody hopes they're from her crush, Bart Taylor. But then, in a story reused from Marianne's Bad Luck Mystery, Kristy brings the notes to school. Club rival Cookie Mason sees them and decides to mess with Kristy. She starts sending a bunch of twisted messages as a prank. Kristy confronts Bart. Happily, he sent the nice messages. Kristy and her crush both like each other. It's very sweet. They go to a dance together, they win an award, and Cookie gets her comeuppance for being a jerk. Number 2, Kristy's Big Day. Kristy's mother is getting married to Watson. Disaster strikes when they have to move up the wedding date for some stupid reasons. Now the wedding's in 2 weeks! Oh no! Everybody panic! There will be 14 kids coming for the wedding. The Babysitters Club sets up a day camp to watch them, and there's a series of fun babysitting adventures like the boys get haircuts, Karen gets in trouble, and Stacy takes some kids to the movies. I really liked the emotional parts of the book where Kristy worries about moving away and how the marriage will change her life. My choice for Kristy's best book might surprise you. It's number 1, Kristy's book. I liked all the different stories in Kristy's autobiography. They are all winners. The worst story of the bunch is Kristy going to summer camp and having a prank war, but even that had a lot of different elements. So much was happening, it's like one of the 3 chapters was originally 2 separate chapters combined into one. The first story of the book is when Kristy was little. She's jealous of how her big brothers get to see cool movies. She lies so she can go with them to see Car Man, about a superhero who turns into cars. It sounds awesome. And she gets in huge trouble for lying. The other 2 stories are about her father. First is what happened when her father unexpectedly left the family. They were forced to make a lot of tough adjustments, and life was pretty bad for a while. This story is mentioned in a lot of Babysitters Club books. It's interesting to finally see it firsthand. In the final story, Kristy's dad comes back to town and starts meeting with her secretly. Kristy's torn because she likes being with her dad, but she doesn't like lying to people, and she doesn't like the way he insults her relatives. The story is taken from the Babysitters Club movie, but there are differences. Watson catches Kristy sneaking away, but he trusts her enough not to panic. Unlike the movie, her dad makes a big deal out of giving her a baseball glove for her birthday. Kristy is sad to see her dad doesn't know she's left-handed, and she's even sadder to learn it's not a real present. He got it for free from his job. Dad leaves town without saying goodbye, and there's a happy ending where Watson gives Kristy the correct baseball glove. She's glad that he loves her. Those are my choices for the best Kristy books in the series. If you think I made a mistake, feel free to leave a comment telling me why I'm wrong, and check out my video where I list the 5 Kristy books that I think are the worst ones she narrated.